Good evening, Internet. Welcome back to another edition of Eric's Corner with the word of the not-so-wise. Putting together a known as a Chinese heater. They're these really cheap S-Bar brand heaters you get for about 10% of the cost of the high dollar $2,000 heaters. And some people are raving about them, saying, "Oh, I've been using one for 30 years and I've never had a problem with it." And then when we were building the boat last spring, the boss bought 3 of them. One of them we couldn't get to work, so we took it along as a spare, and I think he ended up throwing it out. And then the one in the upper cabin, the captain's quarters, stateroom, so to speak, took a shit about 3/4 of the way through, and then the one in the forward cabin actually made it. So jury's still kind of out on those, but I'm going to put one in the house in the bedroom, and hopefully it keeps it warmer. You know, trailer house, the extremities tend to kind of get chilly, and Olivia insisted I don't put one in, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm tired of the bedroom being 10 degrees in the morning. So on to today's subject. Well, I mean, what's going on in inner cities here? I mean, have they just completely collapsed? The drugs have just completely taken over. I've seen the videos. I've seen them. And the drugs have completely taken over. The inner cities have collapsed. They're packed with homeless and people dying from drug overdoses. I mean, this is, where was it? Portland, Oregon. I mean, San Francisco, Seattle. I mean, West Coast so far, but I don't know how the East Coast isn't even in worse shape because it's got a denser population and just kind of a lot higher traffic flow, I feel like. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because where's closer to Mexico? Where we have people pouring over the borders, just completely unchecked. Bring drugs, yeah, come one, come all, whatever, to hell with it. So, and I just don't find it at all amusing, the fact that these places have been ran by Democrats for the last 7 decades. And, wow, shocking, they've just gone to complete hell. And they got this mass exodus going to Texas and these other red states. And I mean, just don't bring your liberal bullshit with you. I mean, hey, if you're seeking refuge, I mean, by all means, welcome. But, you know, don't vote. Just don't. I don't give a shit. You know, you fucked up your own community. Don't come screw up ours. I mean, I'd be inclined to believe that it wouldn't be left-leaning people that would be actually doing the fleeing. It would probably be, you know, the more conservative people coming from the more rural-ish areas, you know, kind of on the outskirts of the big cities, trying to get away before it reaches them. Even up here in Alaska, people seem to be fleeing up here, which, trust me, I get it. There's a reason I moved back here when I got out of the Navy, because I wanted no part of what was going on down in the States. And I made this decision before I went to shore duty, actually. I was just like, nope, I made my decision. This is where I was coming. And Olivia and I ended up having a kid, and thankfully I got her to come with me, because that kind of would have sucked. You know, I want to be close to a lot of reasons. I kind of didn't want to come back up here because I didn't want to be back to an isolated community. But you know, it's really not so bad. And I want to be close to my parents. You know, they're getting a little older, and my sister lives in Fairbanks, which is, you know, a 7-hour-ish drive from here versus, you know, I'm 30 minutes from Dad's house where I'm at, and that's even further away than I planned to move. But, you know, there was a cheap place here, so this is what we jumped on. But, you know, I talked to a Russian who is actually from Russia. We've got a really big Russian Orthodox, I think, congregation here, and great folks, man. They're just kind of on their own program. They celebrate their own holidays, and I mean, they just do everything here. I mean, they build the boats, they fish the boats, they build houses. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff. It's absolutely incredible, fantastic to work with. I mean, the more of them I intermingle with, the more I get along with them, really. So great folks. But he is actually from Russia, and he was just like, yeah, we got no place else to go. He's like, I came to America, then I ended up in Alaska. Now I really got no place else to go, because if America falls, the rest of the goddamn planet comes with us. You do realize that, right? I mean, this is it, you know, like, oh, you know, there's other places that are freer than America. Yeah? See how free you fuckers are when America isn't around there anymore to supply your military, to supply the manpower to run that military that have to go die for your bullshit causes so you guys can sleep in peace at night and just think, oh, the world's just all puppies, skittles, unicorns, rainbows, and fucking butterflies. You know, oh, look at us. We have such a good healthcare program. Well, just as many people per capita die on your program. And who supplies your military? How many millions, hundreds of millions a year do we give you in foreign aid so you can have this free shit? I mean, you know, like the Federal Reserve, they've just been pumping money out of thin air for 5 decades or whatever it is now. I just don't know. I mean, our dollar has collapsed. I mean, you think we got hyperinflation. I think our dollar isn't worth anything. We've gotten away with it as long as we have for a couple reasons. We got the Federal Reserve, which isn't federal or a reserve. It's just who prints our money. And we basically have the petrodollar. I mean, so many countries in the world, we managed to have such a stable dollar that so many countries trade into our dollar to buy and move goods and import and export things, and mostly petroleum. So, I mean, like I said, our dollar collapses. I mean, and it has. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, they say interest or inflation is it's 8%, which I believe means it doubles. Everything will double in 10 years, which is it's staggeringly high. So your $80,000 truck is now $160,000, and we're already seeing that. The new F-350 diesels and the Denali's and the Bighorn Ram diesels, they've all hit $100,000. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not a good example because of course, you know, they're packing more and more technology and more bells and whistles and bullshit into them. So of course that stuff's going to drive it up, but it has gone up under its own accord for sure. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's tripled in the last 3 years. I mean, what, 40%? I mean, come on. And before you retards, oh well, Trump, dude, your commitment to stupidity is just astounding at this point. 4 years of Trump and 5 decades of Biden, and 7 decades of the Clintons and the goddamn Bushes, and you think 4 years of Trump, who actually made shit work correctly, almost overnight, incredibly. I think any good businessman really could have done it. Just Trump had the brass neck to actually go against the deep state, and they're not after Trump. They're after us. They're after you and me. And you know, Trump's in the way. I was thinking there was an election year this year because they've been campaigning so hardcore for the last 6 months. I mean, never have I seen anybody start campaigning more than like a year, barely more than a year out at most. Normally it's like 8-9 months out, and I mean, we're a year and a half out, and they're already acting like the election is this year. So I was thinking it was, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's not. It's only 2023. It's about to be 2024. So, yeah, your inner cities, I mean, my best advice to you, in case this reaches anybody, I mean, I already talked about the advice from the rabbi who said why people that come from densely populated areas think a certain way, but man, get out of the cities. Just, you know, pack up your car and just drive somewhere. Live in your car. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, live in a tent or find a campground somewhere where you can live, you know, more clean, where you have facilities to use, you know. You know, just get out of there. Just let them go to hell. I mean, we all saw Judge Dredd. I think I mentioned that in another video where I actually watched the movie, and I think 30 minutes later, I watched the movie again. I've never done that in my entire life. Watched a movie in the same day, much less 20 minutes out. I mean, you know, just these mega cities where the population is completely outgrown the infrastructure and drugs and gang violence just takes over. Okay, fine, give it to them. Everybody leaves. They'll have nobody. They'll have nothing. And you know, I mean, it's just got to be by design. I mean, you got Biden, who just seems clueless after 5 decades of being a politician, 8 goddamn years, almost a full decade as vice president, and he is the most clueless about how on earth we got to where we are. I mean, for fuck's sakes, goddamn, close the fucking borders. America's full. I don't know what to tell you, man. We can't help you if we can't help ourselves. You know, I mean, we're maxed out here, folks. You know, we can only grow so much food. We can only catch so much fish. We can only mine so much natural resources. So, whatever. You made your bed, lay in it. I mean, you know, maybe we just need a complete and total financial collapse to just have a big reset. Mothball our whole military fleet and, oh, wait a minute. And then when we can't protect our sea, or our Navy can't protect our sea lanes anymore, and piracy takes over, we can't internationally trade, we'll get rid of this globalism that we got going on here, where we have to have all this international trade. Well, us America, we don't really need it that bad anyway. It's the other places that we're propping up, and just, good Lord, the national debt is just, my God, I just can't even fathom, what is it, 34, 35 trillion? And, you know, the Green New Deal, which is just a cringe way of saying it, not the new Green Deal, the Green New Deal. I don't know. That just, it gives me the ick big time. It's like, oh, your thing is going to add another 12 trillion in 10 years. Oh, well, that's okay. Oh, fuck me. You know, get rid of AOC. God, get rid of all these assholes. You know, get rid of their lifetime $250,000 a year, you know, for life pension. Get rid of their bottomless expense accounts, their private jets. Just get rid of all that shit. And I mean, you know, the wealthy people convince people on welfare are the problem. The people that are, you know, lower income are convinced wealthy people aren't paying enough. You got the middle class who think both of them are the problem. I mean, just, you know, a house divided against itself won't stand. I think Lincoln said that. I don't know. That's exactly what we got. And, I mean, myself, I mean, I'm not doing horribly. I mean, I got 4 children, so, I mean, I'm not paying that much in taxes. You know, I get a little bit of disability, military disability. So I'm kind of getting, I basically see that as getting my tax dollars back. I mean, if you can do it, Godspeed, do so. So, I don't know, man. Move to Canada. I don't know. Canada, when Trump was almost elected the first time, or when was elected, they just shut off their immigration site. Oh, sorry, our immigration page went down, and they said, nope, you can't come here. Oh, so they can say we can't go there, but we can't see the people south of us can't go there? Come here, rather? And they're bringing in drugs and gang violence and human trafficking. I'm not saying there aren't good people that are looking for a better life. That's fine. But we've seen these caravans of thousands of 20 to 35-year-old dudes. That makes sense to you. That you think there's nothing amiss there. Okay, are these pictures fake? Are these videos fake? Are they 20 years old? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not. I mean, I haven't seen them personally, but you know what? Neither have you. But I'm seeing people taking videos of what's going on at the border. That is an invasion, and you know what? It's going to tear you from the inside. And the big cities have fallen, and the country areas, I mean, they're going to have to start gunning people down in the streets. And a friend of my mom's was like, oh, we've fallen on hard times before, and it didn't result in people, gunning each other down in the streets. Well, I'm kind of not sure what she's been following, because Chicago, hundreds of people are dying a day from gang violence and gunning each other down in the streets, and COVID-19 and the Trump protests. Oh, this is Trump's America. The people mad because he won is not the America he created. I mean, stop. You're making a self-fulfilling prophecy there, making some futile attempt at doing so. Like, oh, this is what he wanted. No, pretty sure having the people who oppose him tear shit down is not him doing it. I'm pretty sure it's not him doing it. I'm positive. And you got these other politicians, oh, get a mob together, push back, start fights and all this, and oh, okay, yeah, that's totally cool when Trump says, hey, I think something might happen January 6th, and well, he's the president. He can't say that. He didn't say go tear down Capitol buildings. He just said, I think there'll be a protest. Oh, shit. Oh, Trump instigated violence. You need to impeach him. But these other people, well, they're not the president, though. So what they say is, okay, they're fuck me, dude. They're senators. They're a couple of tiers underneath the goddamn most powerful man on the fucking planet. But they just get a fucking pass. I mean, for shit's sakes, dude. God damn, the left can't fucking meme. You guys just have absolutely no bearing, no moral compass, no goddamn anything. You flip-flop fucking constantly. So, It'll be interesting to see if they, trying to bring back COVID-19. And the worst part about election years is the pandemics from now on. So anyway, I've been rambling long enough. I'm sorry, I didn't really have enough to go on for my inner city collapse thing. So I tried to kind of fill it with some other dots and other things that are all connected. I don't think I did a great job, but anyway, thank you for joining me. If you watched this long, I'm gonna take some time and put some better videos together. Well, I mean, I talked to my neighbor, and he was going to help me kind of line things out a little bit. And, I'm practicing, I think this is video number 56. I hope I'm getting a little bit better and keeping my thoughts a little more together. I'm a lot more comfortable talking on camera. I mean, I used to have to have a couple of beers to be able to, to mellow out. And now, I mean, I haven't had anything to drink for quite a few videos now. But I go to the VFW and have a few drinks and come home and get all excited and tuned up and ready to rant about something. I talk to my buddies there and I get all fired up about something. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Hope to see you again. Smash that subscribe button.